And the Lord said,
Brewheads!
What's up, everybody? I'm Big Mike.
And I am Brando.
And this is Brewheads.
You damn right.
So today on the Let's Have a Beer video, we have Tim of
The main man
man
at the
of
Yard
the Yard
Goats.
It's a minor league ballpark in Connecticut, and in Hartford, Connecticut at that. And we are actually in the ballpark. Lovely ballpark.
Yeah, very nice.
Not a bad place to hang out.
No,
Beautiful
it's not-
day.
yeah,
I wish
no.
we had a little game going
Yeah.
on, but yeah, welcome to Dunkin' Donuts Park. Let's cheers.
Let's
go.
crack it.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. So this is one of the beers that's
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
the ballpark, hit by a pitch,
Hey, hit by
done
pitch.
by Hooker Brewing Company, and we did a review on this, and this is one of the beers that it feels like you should be at a ballpark,
Right.
when you drink
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, if you go back in the beer history in 2017 and 18, 17, 18, 19, we did Nectar of the Goats,
Yes.
which was a session IPA.
Yep.
Really good,
Yep.
really
Really
well
good, yeah.
received. And going into 2020, we said, you know what, let's change it up. Let's put Nectar on the shelf for a little bit, and we decided to do Hit by Pitch. So a little, an IPA that is light, is a little on the fruity side, but you can drink it out being at a ball game, and it's not gonna like hit you like a pitch.
Yeah,
Kind of thing.
yeah.
I mean, in most of the ballpark times when you go, it's always a lager, a Bud Light, Corona, Sam Adams. But to have, being Connecticut and have so many breweries to pick and choose from when you want to make a beer for the park, what other way than just put your own spin on it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And we view Dunkin' Donuts Ballpark as like one of Connecticut's largest restaurants. So part of the restaurant is having a great selection. So we have healthy options, we have not so healthy options, we have seltzers, wine, and then obviously we have a rather large beer portfolio, from craft beers to domestic beers. So we have a lot from this year. We had Alvarium was a new brewery that came on board.
Yeah,
Paddle
yep.
Creek. We have Hog River. We have Back East Brewery. We have Hooker Brewery, and we have anywhere from Heineken, Sam Adams, Anheuser-Busch. We have so many different beers here that it's it gives the fans whatever you're interested in, what your taste is.
Mm-hmm.
We have that option here.
You're not going to go thirsty.
Yeah, correct. Correct.
Now you guys had an up and down season this year. Well, first off, you guys had a complete season.
We had
Yeah.
So going back in the beer history, so we come out with Hit by Pitch. We get the design, the label, and everything, and then 2020 March hits, and then everything goes down the drain.
Yeah.
But obviously Hooker Brewery actually had made the beer, and so what we ended up doing is we released it last year and had it in packages and be able for people to get at convenience stores and beer stores, and then we did it this year. So yeah, absolutely. 2021 was a great year. We played a little less baseball than normal, but we started in May and we went through the middle of September, which was great. The team on the field had the worst record in all of AA baseball.
I wasn't gonna bring that up. That's why I said up and down.
But in the part of it at the ballpark experience is the baseball's there in its development, but it's not our lead, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you look around the ballpark and you see all the signage and the promotions and things like that, that's what it's about. And the baseball is important, and you get to see some great baseball. But this year, it's about development and the way the team was playing. They didn't win a lot of games, which is okay. But we led the league in attendance, so the fans of the Hartford Yard Goats came out. They supported it. They had a great time, and that's the true measure of a successful season versus the wins and losses for us. So yeah, so a little up and down.
Yeah, that's a little up and down.
Yeah, down on the wins, up with the fans
Up
and
with
the
the fans,
stands, and that's all that really. And that's that for us. that's the experience. You know, we can't control the wins and losses, but we can control the entertainment experience, what you get when you come to Dunkin' Donuts Park and you park your car, you buy your ticket, you come in, and the experience that you have. That's the most important part.
So for your wins, you had the most amount of people watching.
Absolutely.
Okay. So that's the best silver lining
There
out of the
you go.
whole
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
When we won, we had the most people there.
I like your spin
Yeah.
on it. I
Yep.
like your spin on it. Absolutely.
Now, with the season over, you guys have tons of events that you actually still do, and you know, because like last year when the season couldn't really happen, you guys had had a couple dinners on the ballpark, stuff like that. And now this year you weren't able to do it last year, but this year you got the Yard Goat Brew Festival.
Fest.
Yeah, the Brew
Yeah.
Fest. We're super excited. So that is October 16th, the Saturday from 1 to 4. And you know, the big part is that all this money raises for our foundations and all our community programs. So we do an awful lot. So this is our largest fundraiser for the foundation, and it's great that we're going to have over 50 breweries as of the last count at the ballpark. And you know, the nice thing about the ballpark is you can walk 360 degrees all the way around, so you can do all your sampling. And we got some, some new breweries coming on, which is exciting to see. And over 50, I don't think we've ever had 50 before, but everyone is excited to come back at the ballpark and have a great time.
Oh yeah. I know. Do you still have the golf over there?
We're actually
Okay.
The mini golf is coming back this year.
Good.
We have cornhole this year. We have a bunch of different experiences, so that we have some great bands lined up. So it's again another great experience outside where you can socially distance, you can walk along, everything's outside, which is great.
Yep.
Makes it really nice to enjoy. So
I know Mike wants to get his inner Tiger Woods out again, and have a talking to like.
oh, you're the guy.
Yeah.
We can only come back. Absolutely. Yeah.
This is my favorite little beer now.
Aren't you sad?
I am sad.
You did not get on this train.
Yeah. Every time we'd go to Alvarium, I look and it was like crunchy rice luck. No, that just sounds weird. So that was like 2 years that I'm just avoiding this beer, and then Mike's like, I got Crunchyroll, and I'm just like, all right, fine, I'll try it. And it brought me back to 2 years ago, and it was just like, you idiot! Like, this is amazing. This is just this palate cleansing, light, snappy little lager, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
This is another good beer to have at a ballpark.
Yeah.
This did very well this year. Part of it was we had it on draft, and I remember one time I was walking by, and I thought there was something wrong with the beer because I hadn't seen it being poured, but it has a nice I guess haze to it or whatever the case it is.
Yep.
And I could then almost like a glass of orange juice I compared it to, and seeing it, and then once I saw it, then I could realize how many people were drinking it. That was the part, and I'm like, so it worked out. It worked out very, very well. It was a big hit from our fans.
And it's 4.1. You can have a couple.
You can have. The first time I had this was during a cookout. I was like, oh, you know what? I need a light beer. I have people around. I'll just get it. Something I can drink while I'm, barbecuing and stuff like that. And it was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This is and I was down in them. I was so down.
So with the booth over there, does that get bid on every year, or is it just you guys did a great job last year, so keep going?
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. So, and then we have, because I don't know how many locations we have. It seems like we have a lot, but we evaluate every year all the details that we put into the baseball game. So whether it's our in-between inning promotions, to ticket pricing, to parking, we call these all touch points, to our food and beverage operations, to the promotions, the giveaways, the merchandise, all those things, we evaluate it. We're currently in the evaluating process, which will take probably about a month or so to go through. and then we'll start planning for 2022. Because it's hard to believe, but April will be here in 200 some odd days, and then all of a sudden we'll be back to having fans in the ballpark. So it gives it's nice to be able to take time to reflect on what went well, what didn't go well, so you can make improvements and how you're going to go from 2021 to 2022. And that's it's every year we raise the bar on ourselves so that our fans have the best experience. Our players have a great experience here at the ballpark. Our sponsors are happy. Our fans are happy. Everything matters.
I always thought that the most of the work at a stadium or an event complex or something like that, happened during the game, or during the concert, or during the brew fest. But everything you're telling me is basically it's all during off season.
Oh, it's all So it's probably the exact opposite. Once we have games, everything is the hay's in the barn. Everything is all established.
Right.
Everything is, and then there's fine tuning. It's making sure this works. But all the planning and prepping, and there's some stuff that comes up, but for the most part, all those things are all laid out ahead of time so that you can just execute and get and have the experience the best it can be.
Yep.
So for the most part, all that heavy lifting is done in the off season.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because everything we were showing was just once you get to the day, you hit the on switch and it goes. But all before is the programming and the getting it ready, and when you're actually having a beer fest or a game, you're just fixing on the line problems right at that moment.
Yep. Yeah, all the connections, the relationships, all those things are done ahead of time and set up in the plan. And what do we do if it rains? What if we do if it's sunny? What if all those things we plan all that out ahead of time. So once the day shows up, we don't have to react. The plan is this, and this is the direction we're going. So, and we do that for Yard Goats games. And unfortunately, sometimes it rains, and you have to, adjust what the plan is and what you're going to do. But at the end of the day, the sun goes down and the sun goes up, and you do it again and again. And Mother Nature sometimes wants to let you play baseball, sometimes doesn't.
It must not be as daunting now. It was every first game, kind of that first jittery feeling.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's the first time you open the gates. This is the first time the ticket scanners work. First time the concession doors are open. So, and the first year we had a soft opener where University of Hartford played Quinnipiac for a baseball game. And that was really important because we needed, it's also our first time for our employees.
Right.
First time for our sponsors, first time for our guys. So we call it a soft opening. And so during the game, you learn a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
You learn the video board's not working right. You learn that the concession stand, that the nacho cheese machine isn't working. Things like that. The bathroom, whatever the case it is. Well, come to find out, at 10 o'clock on the dot, the field lights went off.
Oh, and you're still playing the game.
Playing the game.
So it's who forgot to check the timer?
So exactly. Well, that's exactly what it is. And so, come to find out, we learned that our lighting system has a default off time for 10 p.m. Never knew that.
Well,
and the reason now we know, so come 10, when we turn our lights on now, we put our default off time at 2 a.m. so that there's plenty of time to be able to do it. So every year we do a soft opening, and it's by far the best thing we ever do because it gives us a chance that instead of a sellout crowd, learning your mistakes then, and also and setting everyone up for success. We have probably 125 game day staff on, and then we probably have another, I'd say 100 on food service. So we have 200 game day staff that sometimes it's their first time walking in the building, and they don't know where to go, they don't know where to punch in, they don't know where concession stand they're working at. So it gives them a chance to warm up, and then understand that, and it's a great experience for probably a college team to come here, play at a great facility.
Oh yeah.
And fans get to come in and they get to walk around and see the place and see what's new and what's changed. So it works out well.
You get to experience any bugs with you.
Exactly. We try not to let them see all the bugs, but the part of it is that when you have that, you try to hit a home run every time.
Right.
But a triple is still a great hit.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Good.
Did you write that? That's not bad.
There's a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
You struck out. Sorry.
Right. That was that email. That was a home run. That idea. That was a home run.
A home run. Exactly. Or they're always like, you know what? Tell me what the cost is, like the ballpark price. Get it? Yeah. No pun intended.
Right. See what we do here? We're about bringing smiles.
Exactly. Look you're going to have my job.
Yeah. Yard Goat Brando. I don't think so.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
It's always a great time.
Yeah,
with
it's
you.
good to catch up and say hi and share a couple great beers. And
for real.
Excited about next week with the Brew Fest.
Yep.
Yes.
It'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And
it was good.
If you haven't been down here for a ball game, I'll wait for the loud motorcycles. Oh wow. If you haven't been down here for a baseball game, you got to come down. It's a great time.
It's not just baseball.
Yeah. Good food, good beer. You leave with a smile on your face.
Yep.
And if you can, come down for the beer fest, which is a good time. Always.
Awesome.
And
you get to walk the whole thing. I interrupt you. I apologize.
No, go ahead. Walk the whole thing.
You get to walk the whole thing. Check out all the breweries.
Yep.
Go down near the field, but not on the field.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Near the field, not on the field.
Clinton.
Yeah.
Get off the field. So as always, drink responsibly, stay wobbly. We're going to catch you on the next one. Cheers from Yard Goat Stadium.
Deuces.
Dunkin' Donuts Park.